My name is Jeff Caplan, and I'm a photographer here in Lowell, Massachusetts. My grandfather was a doctor, and he was a camera buff, and he traveled a lot, and he always liked to have a new and exciting, different camera. So he had a lot of great cameras over the years, and I was always enamored with the different ones that he had. Maybe it would be an old Bolex viewfinder, waist level you'd look down in, or maybe it would be, he had a Minox little spy camera. And I took a photography one with Miss O'Hare in Lowell High School, and learned how to use darkroom equipment and develop my own film and make my own photos in the darkroom. And from then on there, I was off and running. I remember the first time I had set up a little darkroom in my basement, and I remember the first time I saw a very high contrast. I used the 5 filter on the black and white and larger, very high contrast picture of my friend's band, and I watched this thing come up in the tray, and it started to appear, and it was, I still get chills. It was magical, and it always seems, photography always seems to have some magic element to me. Even though I know the science behind it, I know why these things are doing what they're doing, the chemicals, the silver halide, gelatin, all that, but there was still an element of magic, and it was still an element of luck that came to photography in the early days, that if you didn't have the shot, it was luck, you just didn't get it. Or maybe your film, sprockets ripped up your film, or maybe you had an issue, you double exposed a roll, which people don't do anymore. But these things were either happy accidents, or they were luck, or they became kind of magical moments that when that image did come, it was a beautiful thing. In this day and age, we have digital, so we don't have those accidents as much. We take pictures over and over again to get them right, or we delete the photos, or we take thousands of photos in one sitting. So it's a different feel nowadays. The magic is not there as much, so I guess that's why I kind of harken back to more a traditional look and feel to my images, in order to bring that magic back into the photography. Lowell's landscape is changing, and seems to be changing rapidly in the recent years. Part of that is because of the university here, UMass Lowell, putting a lot of money into new buildings and new construction and new facilities here. They were always a presence in the city, but they're an even larger presence in this day and age. Some of the buildings fit in nicely. We have a brand new bridge because of the university, which we're going to take a little ride over here soon. I was photographing here, it was probably about springtime, and waters were very tumultuous. Merrimack River was really rapid and really pushing a lot of water through whitecaps. Over here I took a picture of this river walk, and on one side of the river walk there was beautiful calm water, and on the other side of the river walk it was very rapid and tumultuous. And it's a nice image. It kind of has a nice balance of what's going on maybe in your life or in your world today when you look at it. The appeal to Lowell, I guess it's different for everybody. Because I'm a native son, I grew up here. It took a while for me to realize the appeal. I had to leave Lowell and come back in order to love it. Growing up here, as most people grow up in their hometowns, they can't wait to get out, and that was my case. I couldn't wait to get out of Lowell. I went to high school here. I went to college in Boston at the Art Institute of Boston, and I commuted from Lowell to Boston for college. I didn't stay in Boston. So I was here for a long time, and I eventually was attracted to the writings of Kerouac and his trips cross country, and that inspired me, and I wanted to do the same thing in regards to photography and take those trips and see outside my hometown. The appeal is when I came back from my first road trip, I would say, and I saw things that I had never seen before. Paintings on building walls, architecture that was around me all along, but I had just never noticed it. And it took me leaving and coming back in order to realize that. The inspirational parts of Lowell come from so many different places and so many different scenes. The brick, the metal, the deterioration, the things that are still here after years and years of being here, the struggle that the city has to marry the old with the new, The landscape here is changing in Lowell rapidly. New buildings going up, older buildings coming down or being repurposed for other things. I just find it inspiring to walk around and to see these old locations, and I pick up on things that I don't know that other people see, and I just like to point them out, and I like to do that with my photography. I've been taking pictures in the city for over 25 years now. Didn't always live here, but I live here again, and it's something I've wanted to do. I've always wanted to have a solo show, and I haven't had one for many years. So about 3 years ago, I decided that this is something I really wanted to do, and I wanted to push forward to it. I was working here at UnchARTed. I bartend here a couple nights, so I have the ability to talk to the owners, and I got myself on the calendar for a show for 2018, and here we are. So to make this all happen, I got a grant from the Cultural Council and the Lowell Cultural Council. They were giving out grant money, and I applied for a grant and was able to get some money to help with the show. It's been hard to pick the images for the show because I've been shooting for so long, and I've really been shooting a lot this past year and spending a lot of time walking around the city, walking around different parts of it, and just taking pictures, whether I be walking the dog or just going out to shoot. So it's been hard, and I've probably made too many photographs here, maybe, but I think it's a nice body of work, and it's something now that I have, and it's a nice achievement that I have been able to create. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time. I don't think the work is finished. I mean, I could totally see a town in the city 2, a town in the city 3. I mean, I'll keep shooting Lowell. That's never going to stop. So the images will keep coming. I mean, Lowell has so much to offer in regard for visual images, for painters and for photographers and sculptors and people of all kinds of artistic professions. Yeah, I think I'll just keep taking pictures.